88% of your past clients say they'd hire you again, but 18% actually do. And that gap right there isn't a marketing problem, it's a memory problem. Now, I think that stat is from NAR. I just remembered it as we were building these different YouTube sessions for Claude projects. So I'm going to show you how to fix this today with one project that takes you about 90 minutes to set up. Yes, it takes a while, but let me tell you, once you set it up, just like yesterday's and the days before, all you have to do is spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes when it's ready to go. I'm Tristan Almada. This is Your Daily Real Estate. It's a podcast. It's a show. Let's get into this one. So I've been thinking about this for the last few weeks because we run this AI workshop, and I'm looking to see how we can add more value and connect AI more to real estate and the real estate agents. Now, ask yourself, why do clients love you? Why do they recommend you? Why, in some cases, do they hug us at the closing table, which is amazing to me. And then 5 years later, they list with someone else. It's happened to me. I've driven by and I see a for sale sign that's not mine. And I'm like, what happened? Right? And it's not because we're bad. Most of the data, in fact, indicates that we're great. They told NAR we were great. Remember, 88% of buyers say they'd use their agent again, or at least recommend us. But when they're actually back in the market, well, only 18% come back to us. That's a big gap. And here's what I want you to solve that with a great project. In fact, I didn't think about this project until 2 weeks ago, and then I started building it out. And so that's what I want to talk about today, because the problem is they forgot what it felt like to work with us, and we forgot them too. Think about your top 50 past clients right now. And if you don't have 50, that's fine. Think about your top 5, not your favorites, the top 5 or 50 who closed with you. Can you tell me right now the names of their kids, their dog, what their spouse does for a living, the reason they almost backed out of the deal, the house they actually wanted but they didn't get? Probably not, because I can't. And that's the whole game right there. The agents who win clients for life aren't the ones with the coolest CRM or the best AI prompts. Okay, that's not it. The ones who can text, hey, how's Lucas doing? He's got to be heading into 8th grade now, right? And actually be right about that. You see, there's this card system that I don't know which one of the Carnegies or Rockefellers had it. I'm going to have to Google this, and you're going to have to help me to see who it is. But one of those family members down the line had this really great card system where they would add all of these details to everyone they would talk to. And it was a very intricate card system, just an index card. And let's say you're going to talk to Joe, it'd have all Joe's information, who his wife was if he was married, where he lived, his work, his kids, what he liked, all of those details. It's like a simple CRM. But there's a layer to this. There's something deeper. And that's why I wanted to share this with you, because as I started implementing this just 2 weeks ago, it's already made a difference in how I approach the people that I'm adding to this. So here's what I want you to do, or here's what I want you to build this week. A Claude project for every one, this may take time, right? But every one of your top 50 past clients. Now, it could be every one of your top 5, or it can be every one of your top 50. It doesn't matter. In between, more, it takes time. All right. So one project per client, though, that's the secret, because as you're building this out, you have unlimited projects in Claude or in ChatGPT, you're going to start uploading everything you know about them. Their names, their kids' names, ages, the dog, the anniversary, what they bought from you, what they were searching for, what they hated about their search, the contractor they used for the kitchen renovation or whatever, right? Who died, who's alive, challenges, college, as many details as possible. And if you want to, you can also link or download some of the information on a PDF where you're going to say, hey, Claude, hey, ChatGPT, hey, Gemini, or the way I do it, hey, Perplexity computer, here's Joe and his wife. Do me a favor. Go grab as much stuff as you can online and then put it into a Google Doc for me because I'm going to use it as a base for a project, right? You can do that too if they have a lot of followers or information on LinkedIn or anywhere else, right? But fact is that you've got to fill this out with as much information as possible. Anything you've ever heard them say, let me take one step back. You're not building a database, you're building a memory. That was the difference for me when I realized it just 2 weeks ago. Now, when you need to send an email or check on their birthday or text or thinking of you message, you open that client's project and you say, give me 3 personal ways to check in on Sarah today. And that right there is the thing that allows you to connect with people a lot more. Now, here's what I'm also testing because it's not set yet because it's on, I want to see if I should build this out on Claude Cowork because Claude Cowork is on my computer. And if I do that, that means it only lives on the computer. So I'm contemplating where I should finish building this out because the other piece that I want is I want it to update automatically from stuff online. If it's grabbing from their Instagram, from their LinkedIn as things are happening, and it's building it into the memory on top of whatever else I'm putting in there, right? That adds another layer. I have not done that yet. I'm just giving you my thoughts. So now think about that. When you're asking Claude or ChatGPT, give me 3 personal ways to check in on Sarah today. Now, Claude doesn't give you that generic speak that everyone uses when you're just following up, just touching base, right? It pulls everything Sarah ever told you, or Joe, or Joanne, whatever, right? The whole thing I talked to you about where, oh, I heard Lucas is going into 8th grade, or hey, you know what? How was Italy the last time we talked, or whatever, or the kitchen renovation way back in the day. Now, this is the part most agents are going to miss on this part because think about how deep this can go. You also upload, these are past clients, you also upload the sale of their home, their pictures, everything. And now a new listing comes up. And now when you reach out and say, hey, Claude, I go, hey, Sarah sold her home a while ago. I don't even remember when, but here's a new one down the street from her. Can you just give me a one-liner and be like, yo, so I can text Sarah and be like, yo, Sarah, the home down the street listed, but the kitchen is different than yours, or just give me something. And the output, think about the output on that. It feels real because it is real. We can't keep all this information in our heads. So we create a second brain to be able to do this, right? That's the whole point of this. So you're going to remember things while you're writing the prompt, and that's fine. And you're going to look at Sarah's project and go, oh, yeah, her dad had a stroke last year, or I should probably ask about that, right? So things like that you want to add, right? And the moment that AI brings up an important thing, you've got to decide how you're going to reach out because it's still you. AI is just there. It's there to support you and make you look even more amazing because we want to do this. We want to know what we need to say to people, but we just don't, right? And so it all comes down to what? The relationships. Any good coach or broker will tell you, look, it's all about the relationships. Anyway, this is what I want you to start thinking about because when you make the client feel amazing, the customer, the friend, whatever they're at this point, it sounds like you care because you do. And that's the whole point here. So let me give you the real number that matters here. The average agent has 200 to 400 past clients in a career. Now, this is an average agent who's done well, who's been in the business for 15 years. I'm not talking about the average agent that's new, obviously, right? But if you think about, let's pick the 200 number. Think about that. That's 200 projects that you have to build. It takes some time to build into this. But if you don't want to start there, you start with the ones that you're closing now and test it out with that. If you move from 18%, the original NAR number, right? 18% will actually reuse you to even 35% on a 50-person book, because let's say you have 50 past clients only, that's another 8 transactions. 8 that you weren't going to get. And if you're in a higher price point, 700,000 with an average commission that you negotiate, right? You're looking at around probably 140,000 in extra GCI a year. That's pretty crazy from one project and you using it right? So I need you to start thinking about AI this way. So here's what I want you to do today. Pick 10 names, not 50. And look, if you don't have 10, pick 5. But think about this. We could probably do this exact same thing with your core sphere, right? If they haven't used you yet, but they refer business to you, that could work as well. So create one project for each one of these 10 or 5. Title it with their last name and start dumping stuff in there. Voice notes is always faster. Screenshots of old text if you want to get into it. Definitely a tax assessor's information, MLS information from what they bought, whatever you got. And if you've got the contract, imagine that. Even better with the whole mess. The contract, the inspection, the request for repairs, everything you can think of. Now think about this. When it's time to reach out to your customer base, your past clients, you connect with them so much deeper and differently than everybody else because you have a second brain that's helping you here. That's the whole project idea. This is how I want you to start using AI. If you need to dive in deeper, please, I'd love to have you into a brilliant tribe. We have AI workshops there, and they're only $25 a month. There's no contract. If you want one-on-one, we can do that too. More importantly, if you found this useful, I'd love for you to share this with somebody and comment below and subscribe. Thanks so much. Have an awesome day.